Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set up. 18 Gators. 54 miles. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, box truck.
On first down, Costello. He'll get this to Eckler. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Look at me. Go. Check out General West.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down, Eckler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, Costello. He is going to find Hill here. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. On first and 10, Costello. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Here we go. 30 base. 54. You must be getting tired.
Back to throw. Costello. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now first and 10 at their own 24. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
at the 33-yard
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Watch the pass.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
Ito Smith, his first carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 45 on second down, Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready, blue 80! Blue 80! Mark 27! Hey, watch your lane! Watch your shit! Watch it up!
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. We haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction. If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Looking to throw. Costello. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Out. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 51, down.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Buying time to his left. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Hey, Charlie.
Following the fumble recovery, Costello, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Go down. Ready. 280. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Back.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Ryan now off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Freeman. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His first touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken short.
Let's go. Do it. At their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On the ground, it's Eckler. And an alley to run. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Throwing on first down. Costello. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On first down, Costello escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tuesday. X3, 218, chopper. Check. 22. Check. Hey, check 24.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw on 2nd and 6, Ryan. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Topper!
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check 15, check right.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
36. Hey, white. Check 3. Get out.
On 1st down, it's Freeman. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, switch gears. Gun. Hey, check Mike 40. Check. Mike 47. I got one.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Hey, Delta.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Tavecchio puts this one through, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check 24, check 24. Hey, Zoo.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Got it.
1st down.
Greystone, travel. Check 26, check 26. Fair, fair. Safety's gripping. He's gripping.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Costello. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read. Hey, let's go.
Let's go. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ready? 54, Mike.
Ready?
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
58. 56 for Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan. And this one's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
But defensively, that's a nice stop there on 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Now, offensively, kicking the field goal, taking the lead, right?
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Especially since you got stopped on the previous play. But if you got something you really like, something that you've practiced all week, and you think, hey, this is the time to use it, this is the play, I wouldn't be deterred. I would gamble a little bit and go for it right now.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched